There has been a massive shift in the ideals of an average conservative living within the United States over the past 40 years or so. This can be due to many differing factors, mainly how each person has been brought up within society to conform to a certain set of ideals, beliefs, or rules. The media likes to claim that certain attributes of far-right extremism sounds appealing to younger people, and that commentators are gateways towards radicalism that turn an average person into an extremist. Obviously, this is ridiculous, but it is undeniable that the media is not influencing the lives of others, especially younger people, by misleading their audience and covering outrageous stories. A good example of this having the opposite effect for the media is when they covered the Black Lives Matter riots in 2020 to 2021. During their coverage, a younger watcher would see people chanting Black Lives Matter while burning down a building. They would then make the connection between rioters chanting Black Lives Matter when they have a social interaction with someone who is black. This would then radicalize them, so the media is breeding actual racists. Obviously, someone from the 1950s today is seen as a radical. Now, if you have the beliefs that an average conservative living in the 1950s has, you are considered a racist, a white supremacist of all things. While many aspects of that decade were in fact racist, the core family values are still supported by many of today's conservatives. By people nowadays being called white supremacists, they would again make the connection between what they believe and what an actual white supremacist is. When they do see an actual white supremacist, they would feel as if their views are similar, which they're not, and make a connection with them, radicalizing that person further. Throughout generations, beliefs have changed. As the example before suggested, people today are a lot softer than what they used to be. Today, people have a sort of "I'm okay with it as long as it doesn't affect me" type mentality. They say this eventually to justify actual propaganda being force-fed to children, even their children in the education system. The thing is, these types of propaganda do indeed directly affect you as a person. The reformation of society as we know it is changing along with yourself. We have never seen such a radical expansion of leftist ideologies in the West for decades. It can all be traced back to one major era, the sexual revolution. The sudden boom in promiscuity around the world, probably following the fall of the USSR and importing of Marxist thinking into the United States, mainstream establishments and institutions, this rapid invasion of Marxism and communist thought from the people leaving the USSR eventually led to the degradation of the family in the United States and will eventually leading to corrosion of our own institution. Unfortunately, conservatives in this country have remained soft on policy and, most importantly, cultural issues for decades at this point. We need an actual strong conservative movement in the United States that actually has a spine. Use your right to vote while you still have it, because it looks like that would be going away very soon. I'm Daniel with Fuze. Comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.